The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101, just 3 minutes away from Ticket Blitz Thursday and more Riot Fest 3-day passes, the return of Slayer, and, of course, more bands to be announced. I would say about 70 more bands to be announced.
That's a fair assessment.
So stay here for that. Also, pretty emotional night last night with Tom Skilling signing off of WGN after 45 years of delivering the weather and just being Tom Skilling. Tom freaking Skilling.
Skilling, man.
Right. Lauren has I think this is a creeper story of her and Tom Skilling, but you judge when she tells the story, but don't tell it yet, Lauren.
Well, I never thought of it that way, and now I'm a little anxious.
Okay? She'll tell you and you guys judge after we hear the sign-off last night of the great, the icon, the Mount Rushmore member, Tom Skilling.
You know, I've worked with some amazing people at this incredible television station. I'm sitting among some of them now. And we have a studio full of friends and colleagues who have come to join me. What's especially amazing about WGN is the bond between this television station and you, our viewers. To folks who have come up to me over the years and said, we watch you. Some adding, we watched you for what seems like a lifetime. And I've always said, and I say again tonight, thank you. And I mean thank you from the bottom of my heart, because in this line of work, if no one watches us, we don't have a job.
Same.
So thank you for 45 extraordinary and loyal years of viewership. I've had a job here for 45 years and watched meteorological science take off. And I've loved nearly every minute of it. Well, almost every minute. When a computer has crashed minutes or seconds to air, anyone who's worked with me knows that I very seriously considered sending some of these machines on a nonstop flight into Lake Michigan.
Huh, angry.
Happily, I've never actually launched a computer on such a flight, which, as well as having forgiving bosses all these years, is why I'm still here and able to talk to you tonight. So I'm leaving night-to-night broadcast weather work, but hardly going completely away. Years to come, this isn't goodbye, it's thank you, and I'll see you later. Thank you for your loyal viewership, everybody. Thanks.
I expected some tears, I got to admit. I thought there'd be a little bit of tears in there.
You're not crying right now?
Well, I'm crying a little bit. It seemed like Ray Cortopassi, who was at the desk with him, got a little choked up.
Did he? Of course.
Which I look at that man like a father. So when Ray starts crying, I start crying.
Wow.
I saw pictures, Anna Belival
Oh,
posted
yeah.
of them.
Yep.
She's definitely losing it.
Yeah, they all,
Yes.
I mean, yeah, you work with someone that's a legend, and it's just funny how he talks, even in going out. I kind of picture him with a jewel going like, these avocados aren't what I expected. Could I please return them and thank you for that? He's so just on brand.
He's always on.
Yeah, he's just completely on brand.
Can you do
Ray's the
Tom
best.
Skilling talking about the Riot Fest lineup real quick? What would he sound like if he found out Slayer was coming back?
I gotta say, I'm really excited about Slayer returning to Riot Fest in Chicago. I remember seeing him last time in 2019 when I got in the pit and knocked over a 14-year-old from Schaumburg.
Oh, my God. Tom Skilling just doing spin kicks in the pit. Get out of here, kid!
He's like, rub my head! Rub my head!
Do it! It got weird. It got real weird.
Oh, man. So now Lauren has a little bit of a creeper story about Tom Skilling, but maybe I'm reading it wrong.
I think you are.
You tell me what
I
happened
think
with
you
you.
are, especially about after what you just said. Really? With the music, with the psycho music? So I filled in for Mike Toomey a bunch on WGN. I love it over there. Wonderful people. Huge fan of WGN Morning News and all the programs.
Sure,
Obviously,
it's the best in the country, no question.
obviously Tom Skilling. But strangely enough, every time I would go, Skilling would not be there. And I would ask my buddy, hey, like, is Skilling here? Can I say hi? I'm a
Yep.
huge fan. I just want to give him a hug. That's all I've ever wanted in my whole life is to hug Tom Skilling. And I never got a chance to meet him in person. But in the green room where I'm standing by, there's a... The music is really killing me. They have a framed 8x10 of Tom Skilling at the desk.
Yeah.
So I kissed it. I kind of gave it a little hug. But I want to hug him in person.
You guys judge.
Oh, my God. I am a menace.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm hearing. What I'm hearing is that You would do guest spots on WGN.
In the morning on TV.
Your first question would be, where is this man? I need to talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
And so they presented essentially a decoy, almost a booby trap, if you will, to make sure that a Chicago icon, a Chicago Mount Rushmore member, as we determined yesterday, would not be put in danger. And when they gave you the booby trap, the decoy, you hugged it, kissed it, said you would never let it go. And thus, thank God, you've never been in the same room as the real Tom Skilling.
Wait a minute. First of all, I let it go. Thank you very much.
What, the picture?
But now, yes, I put it back where it belonged. I did not take it home or anything. Now that would be...
I don't know. I think there's a photo of Tom Skilling at your bedside and not you and your husband.
Okay, fair enough. There are 5. It's only 5.
Yeah.
He's the GOAT, man.
Yeah.
I just want to give him a hug.
I understand. I think Tom Skilling knew you were coming in that morning and said,
Probably.
keep the girl with the pink hair away from me, please.
The ticket window is open. Ticket Blitz Thursday.
On Q101.
Oh, here we go. Riot Fest, the return of Slayer, where Tom Skilling was in the pit in 2019 for them.
That's right.
The tickets, let's see, here we go. September 20th to September 22nd. We talked about how insane August will be. September's going to be fun as well. Text music. Very easy. Text music to 312-591-8300 right now for your chance at those 3-day passes to Riot Fest. Again, one of the first people in to Riot Fest with Q101 and our great friends, our great partners, our compadres, Riot Fest.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Well, here we go. If you just joined us and you want to get to Riot Fest, you just text this word. Text music to 312-591-8300. That's our phone line. That's our text line. Make sure you can get through any way you want. But text music right now. Now, if you're in the middle of traffic, it's really bad out there, a lot of accidents. Say you can do it in 10 minutes. It goes till 9 o'clock, that word, right, Case?
That is correct.
I should say 8:59, and then it expires.
And then at 9 o'clock, we got a brand new word.
How about that? So you've got plenty of time to text it in, and it doesn't go in order. Like the first person through, gets it. So music to 312-591-8300. The return of Slayer and about 80 other bands. September 20th to September 22nd, Riot Fest. You will be there. Now, coming up after Monoskin, it's been great having Lauren O'Neill, who's on at 10 a.m. usually here on Q101 after us. And sometimes, like, for example, this week we found out she went to college. And just one of those things that I just didn't picture Lauren ever going to college.
Which is really not a flattering thing to say about your friend when you really think about it.
But it's not mean. It wasn't meant by mean spirit. And boy, did I got some DMs of people coming at me thinking I was being a jerk. I
think you said you don't look like you went to college, which is totally different.
I don't know if it was exactly that. It might have been. But I just said I couldn't picture you at college, which I'm a student of humans. I see things and I figure something out about them. And I kind of figured you came from like an egg that was birthed by the Eagle of Rock.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
That kind of
understand.
sounds pretty badass when you put it like that.
Now do you like me?
No, I'm still a huge...
So picture you going to college makes me go, oh, she's like all of us. She went to college. I hold you on a pedestal. Mm-hmm. See?
A greater plane. A higher power.
Yeah.
It just sounds like backtracking to me, but...
It's not. It's how I meant it. I'm sorry if it came off wrong. I'm not sorry, because I really didn't mean it any bad way. So I only apologize when I think I'm wrong, and I wasn't wrong.
Wait, out of Case and I,
Yeah.
who can you picture doing a keg stand better?
You.
Okay, you don't think I went to college to learn that?
I think you did that coming out of the egg of that Eagle of Rock.
That makes sense.
I think you did that before college. You didn't need college for that.
That's true, too.
So this is great that we learn these things about each other when we hang out more often in the hours, because Lauren hangs out at 10, and that's when we go home and pass out. So now we learn more things about each other besides hanging out on the weekends at shows.
Yeah, most mornings I'm here just in time for your union break. So you're just
That's right.
It's like a machine slowly running out of batteries. Just
But-
blue.
Like the Big Bopper.
Like-
Great
A little less energy, though.
Rest in peace to the Big Bopper.
callback from 2 hours ago on the show. But we learned something, me and Case, about Lauren yesterday off the air that we told her you have to say this on the air. And it involves her having a boyfriend and another girl wanting that boyfriend.
Yeah.
And what that other girl did to get that boyfriend that Lauren had for hers.
Yeah.
will tell that story. Lauren will in 3 minutes. You might relate to this. Maybe you did the same thing. Maybe you were the woman doing that, or maybe you were the guy, or maybe you were the Lauren in this triumvirate of sex and seediness and
passion and lust,
drama.
Yeah,
all that, like a Lifetime movie. You know,
I just love how you're spinning your wheels now, trying to put it together.
Well, stay here for 3 minutes after Monoskin. You'll hear the story.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Lauren O'Neill here, filling in for Kenzie during maternity leave. And off the air yesterday, we were talking because we knew that Cage the Elephant, we were going to make that announcement today at 7, which we did. Cage the Elephant at the Credit Union 1 Arena. Tickets on sale a week from tomorrow. We had free tickets. The first people are in. We got them to you. And we'll have more. So stay around for that. But Cage the Elephant returning after 5 years and having, quite a run from the, mid-2000s, let's say 2007, and then just kind of disappearing over the last 5 years. And a lot of our listeners texted in and said, well, I've never had the chance to see them live.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see them at this show, this Q101 show. Now, we were talking about this yesterday off the air, and Lauren mentioned a band that she had never gotten to see, and she's excited because they're coming this summer. We talked about August with Metallica, a band called Pantera.
Oh, so excited. So I know it's not the same thing.
Well, no, anything's the same thing if you missed a band in your life that you missed out on that you loved at the time.
You've got Charlie from Anthrax on drums. You've got Zach Wilde on guitar. I mean, I love the lineup, but I know it's not Pantera.
It's not the original band because sadly they have passed. They're gone. But they're going to be open.
Paul, Dimebag,
yes.
R.I.P.
We got it. We got the band.
I'm just catching everyone up.
Can you hear that? Can you hear the passion here? She missed out on never seeing this band.
I never got to see them. I grew up in Florida, and for whatever reason, I always had to work. I couldn't make the show when they would come. And then they got banned from the state. So then I just really lost my chance.
It's amazing to get banned from Florida.
And then...
Yeah, think about it, how big of a degenerate you have to be.
So Lauren led into a story of not seeing him, but then about a boyfriend she had that they shared love of Pantera together.
Cemetery. You said, I hope they play Cemetery Gates. And I said, oh my God, that was my song. You know, when you're in high school and you've got I don't know.
A boyfriend?
A song for your relationship?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if he even ever acknowledged it, but to me, this was our song.
Like some girls' songs might be Adele.
Yeah.
You know, that song.
That's true.
Or, something like that.
Any bevy of Taylor Swift songs.
Yeah, very beautiful songs. They're lovey-dovey. And Lauren's was Pantera, Cemetery Gates, which sounds like this.
It's not romantic or anything. I was in high school.
Yeah. And then she found someone.
She died. Sorry, I thought we were doing this.
So we're not doing the whole song, Lauren. Calm down. You can see them open for Metallica on one of the dates at Soldier Field in August that will get you there. Okay.
I'm so there.
Yeah, she's so there. And then she found someone that loved the song as much as she did. And that was her boyfriend. It was her boyfriend. And this is in high school?
Yeah, we dated for like a week. It wasn't that. He was my buddy, John. And the first time I ever saw him in the hallways of Tarpon Springs High School, the sun was hitting him right in his baby blue eyes. He had a Pantera shirt on. I was like, oh.
How was that again?
Oh. That's my maiden call.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so we did. It was...
Did he ask you out? Did he ask you out, or did you go, I love that shirt, let's make out?
I don't remember the exact scenario.
Were you in the vocational part of the high school?
Was he leaving shop class?
Dude, shop class was the best.
Yeah. All the hot guys were outside of shop class.
I had free parking.
Oh, is that right?
In the shop, hell yeah.
Oh.
Anyways.
Lauren knows a lot about shop class.
So we dated.
That's what they say about her.
For like a week. And then I was leaving school. Mm-hmm. I was alone.
Yeah.
And I was approached by a girl. Two women, actually.
Oh.
They were women. They were in college. I was a sophomore.
Is that right?
And I was 14 when I was a sophomore. So
you were ahead of the curve then.
Yeah.
You should be 16 as a sophomore. You could be 15 to 16 as a sophomore in high school.
No, I was 17 when I graduated.
College material.
Wait, hold on. How were you 17 when you graduated? Did you skip a grade?
No. I I don't know. My
You were
birthday's
just
in
good?
July. I guess. I don't
Okay,
know.
all right.
I just went where I was supposed to go.
Your parents
Anyways.
wanted you out of the house so bad they started you in
You're like, "Get the
kindergarten
hell
at
outta
2
here."
years old.
So I'm by myself. I think I was leaving powder puff practice
Oh, yeah.
on the girls' football team.
I didn't mean to say that so creepy.
It was creepy.
I was a powder puff coach.
I bet you were. Be sure you do your stretches, ladies.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, powder puff football.
Anyways,
Yep.
I was accosted by these two older women who were like, "Hey, this is my girl. She likes John." And I was like, "Okay, cool."
But wait, just to get reference point, was John 14 years old?
No, he was a year older than me.
So he's 15, and these girls are what, 18 or 19?
Probably.
Jeez.
They were at the junior college.
Of course.
I forgot the main girl's name that wanted to date him, but
Yeah.
her friend was Fat Michelle. That's what everyone called her. She was the bruiser, and she chest bumped me.
Well,
Yeah.
of course, she's Fat Michelle.
And I was a toothpick. I had the worst nicknames in high school because I was extremely skinny.
Yeah.
But I did.
People hate skinny girls in high school.
Well, she was just so mean and old and picking fights with me. And I flat out said, "You can have him. I'm not fighting for a guy I barely know that likes Pantera."
Well, what kind of loyalty is that, Lauren?
You guys had a song. You saw his baby blue eyes in the sunlight. You should have fought for this man. I know you're happily married now with a kid, but with John, you would have been twice as happy and had twice as many kids.
No, it doesn't work like that in high school. No.
So you just said you can have him, and did they say, cool, we get out of here now. Go on, kid.
Yeah, they were like, "Scram!"
So there was no fisticuffs, no physicality.
No,
Fat
I'm
Michelle didn't give you a pile driver.
not. I'm a lover, not a fighter. She probably would have.
I'm sure she was proud of that nickname too, right? Like it wasn't like someone thrust that
Oh
upon her.
no,
Like,
she introduced herself to me
I'm
as
Fat Michelle. Yeah.
I've heard a lot about you.
She was surprised I hadn't heard about her.
Yeah. So I picture the girl that calls herself Fat Michelle, when she chest bumped you and you gave up, she was like, cool, we're cool. And then she probably kind of just give you that five where guys and they do that little hug. You know, like you go high five, grab each other, and we're cool. Good job, man. Good job.
I'm pretty sure she gave me a noogie.
Hey, you, come here.
All right, we're friends.
No. And that's the story of Lauren's Pantera boyfriend from high school.
A tale as old as time.
Yeah, that's right.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Okay, so text music. Text music right now to 312-591-8300. And that's how you have a chance at Riot Fest tickets for Ticket Blitz Thursday. We'll have another word for you at 9. That word's good for another 20 minutes till 8:59. And don't worry, you can text again at 9. You can keep going. So get each word, each hour, keep texting in until you win and you get qualified. So do that right now if you have a chance, music, or in 5 minutes you have. You have 20 minutes. So it's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. We have Lauren in here and Case, the producer, with Kenzie on maternity leave. And I found this very interesting. The Chicago Bird Alliance is offering up an internship to help out the piping plover population thrive. It's almost a piping plover population.
Like that.
So those birds come out in the spring every year to like Montrose Beach up on the lake, and they're very rare. They're very going, I guess, extinct. They need help.
Yep.
And so it's something we want to save here around Chicago, the piping plovers.
I didn't even know there was a Chicago Bird Alliance until I was at Montrose Beach on an unseasonably warm day last year, and the bathrooms weren't open. Still all locked up.
Yeah,
Hanging out with a couple of my mom friends, throwing back a couple.
sure.
Nature
whoa.
called.
That's nice.
Yeah. You didn't just squat in the lake, all the moms, and take care of business?
No, it turns out I was in the Bird Alliance bird watching area. Like, where are all these people coming from? Shoot.
And they thought
Pinch it
you
off.
with your pink hair that you might have been a bird. They studied you.
Well, no, I was on the ground trying to get business handled.
Whoa, that's a scene.
It's like, watch me get arrested.
Yeah. Well, the Chicago Bird Alliance connects people with birds and nature through educational programming, field trips, advocacy, stewardship, and research. And they're offering a new internship. So if you are interested in piping plovers or offer to help, the Chicago Bird Alliance is offering a $20 an hour deal for an intern to spend time at Montrose Beach. Now, you can't drink, Lauren, like you did as an intern. It's a serious job.
No, I thought internships were free.
No, these days, Lauren, listen, it's 2024. Everybody's got to get paid. Not like when we started out as an intern.
Man.
So the job includes talking to people about the importance of protecting natural areas, piping plovers, and other wildlife. So the internship goes from May to July, it'll pay you $6,000.
That's fantastic.
That's good. I don't know if you have to, I was trying to find the stipulations, like you have to be in college. I don't think you do, but again, maybe go to the Chicago Bird Alliance website and see what they got on there.
Maybe you have to have a really good bird call.
What's yours?
I don't know.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Do it one more time, just make sure we get it clean.
Jeez. Cool.
You choked a little bit on the second one.
That was a bird that caught someone peeing in the bushes at Montrose Beach.
So go to that, if you want this internship, I'm sure there's some stipulations and some qualifications needed, but that's righteous. I started as an intern in radio for free.
Same.
Yeah, right?
These kids don't know how good they have it.
Case is the the guy that started with a free internship. You get college credit. That's how you get away with working for free.
Slave labor.
I don't even know if I turned in the college credit stuff. That
what are you
doesn't sound
talking
like something
about?
I did. I don't know. I don't remember that.
It's like, can I just hang out with you guys?
That was literally it. They just were like, here's the morning show, go do that. And I said, okay. And they haven't been able to get rid of me since.
And now it's 4 years later.
I know.
A little over 4 years. Case is still. He's getting paid now, just so people know. He's actually going to he's making money.
Luxury apartments, as we've discussed.
Yeah. So that's, brought me back to memories of internships. And I don't know if anybody has any stories about when you were an intern or, let's say, an apprentice, if you have a job, or whatever you were doing. Sometimes you have those jobs where you have to understudy, let's say. Mm-hmm. Did you ever have to do anything terrible?
And it's an odd feeling because you're so young and you're so inexperienced in just the general workforce. You always feel like an idiot and you feel out of place.
Yeah.
At least I did. And I think everybody has that feeling of like, my parents got me this internship, or I worked hard to get this internship, and I showed up at this place, and now I'm standing here with my hands in my pockets, and I look like an idiot, and I feel weird.
Yeah.
Everybody, I think, has one of those.
I think that's just you.
That could be too.
Well, what was your vibe here when you started with the show as an intern?
It was very unnerving because I respected Q101 so much that I just didn't want to get in the way of things.
Yeah.
And I don't say this just because you're sitting across from me in this room right now.
Oh, boy.
But you always treated me incredibly well. It took me under your wing with the exception of one thing.
Oh, what's that?
Which is,
I don't know this.
Well, because when I was an intern, I was working on the show more so than just running out and getting coffee and getting donuts and things like that. But there was one day that we needed to get coffee and donuts. And I remember you came to me and you said, I'm sorry, I have to make you go do an intern thing. And I went to the Dunkin' around the corner, brought everything back. You had given me money to go get the donuts.
Yes.
But I had change left over, as you do. So I came back into the studio. I set the donuts down. I set the coffee down. I go, Brian, here is your money back. Here's the change I owe you. And you, pretending to be a nice guy, you go, oh, no, keep it. Don't worry about it. I go, no, Brian, I don't want to take your money. And you shrug your shoulders and you go, okay. And then you took the change from my hands.
He offered it one time.
Oh, man.
I just didn't want to overstep. I didn't want to be looked at as greedy or anything. I said, Brian, I can't take your money. And Brian said, you're right. You cannot give me that back.
That's right.
I forgot I gave you 100 to break. Never mind.
I definitely remember that story, yeah.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
About 9 minutes away from a new word in Ticket Puts Thursday. Right now, though, you can text music to 312-591-8300 to get to Riot Fest. It's all day, baby. Ticket Puts Thursday, Brian and Kenzie on Q101. We have myself, Lauren O'Neill, who usually is on at 10, doing Kenzie's portion of the show today while she's on maternity leave, in case the producer's here as well. We're talking about internships and things when you were probably treated poorly. Like, everybody's got stories of whether you were an apprentice, an understudy, an intern somehow. And before we get to the phones, a lot of people checking in. I have a story of being at my first radio station as an internship from Bowling Green State University, where I got college credit for that, by the way, in case you started turning in the paperwork.
I still graduated. Oh. And I'm here now, so it worked out.
I guess you're right. I guess I'm wrong. I guess I am.
What else is new?
But I will not say the names, but I was working at a radio station as an intern, working 2 other jobs and still losing money on the proposition to pay for parking. And people know this when you go through these things, like the train or whatever you got to do. Internships, even if you do get paid, you still usually lose some money on the deal, but you're trying to get your foot in the door. And I don't regret any of that I did. All that, the hard work and struggle to get in, it got me here.
That being said,
working, and there was a morning show. I will not say who it is, but I can tell you. I got to preface it by saying I know what they made.
How much money they made?
They were making $370,000 a year. Okay? And I was at the pop machine, and this is pre-credit card pop machines when you had to put the change in the pop machine. And I'm kind of trying to get struggling with some dimes and nickels to get just a Coke. And the guy comes up to me and he goes like, oh, hey, man, you need something? I go, yeah, do you got a quarter? And he goes, yeah, here you go. Gives me a quarter. I get my pop. The next day, the man who makes $370,000, and I'm not counting his money, but I am in this situation, sees me in the hall and he goes, hey, man. I go, hey. He goes, hey, you got that quarter?
Quarterback?
I am not lying. That's a true story. Not saying who it is. You can just make your judgments how you want to make them.
Please tell me you punched him in the face.
No, I gave him the quarter.
Oh, my God.
I got it. I got it here, man. Yeah, thanks, man. I was like, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sorry, man. Here's your quarter.
No, this has inspired you to be a cheap ass for the rest of your life. This all makes sense now.
Damn right.
You learn from the best.
Damn right. And that guy retired way before 65. And
good for him.
Living the great life. Because he kept his quarters.
Exactly.
Jack's checking in from Logan Square. Jack Ahoy. What's up, bud?
Hey, good morning, guys. How are you? Happy leap year.
Oh, yeah.
Leap day.
Leap day. There you go. Got a story of being an intern.
Oh, yeah. So, no names, but I was working for a big-time broker, real estate broker in the city here. First job out of college. Not making much, and he was always having me do these weird things. He's really weird with women. Really creepy.
Wow.
One day he comes into the office with this pink thing. And I'm like, oh, what the heck is that? He gets a little bit closer. I see not only is it pink, it's a little bit crusty. And he asked me to change the batteries. He's like, can you change the batteries on this? And I still haven't quite grasped what it was yet. That is until he handed it to me. And then I was very clear what it was. This was his, I hope, not too recently used vibrator that he wanted me to change the batteries on.
Oh, my God.
Jeez.
I couldn't believe it. I dropped it. I picked up a napkin right away. He's like, oh, come on. I'm like, I almost said his name. I'm like,
don't do that.
On. You could see.
I don't want to hear any more details on the thing itself. I don't want to hear anything else.
That's all. I'm
okay.
so sorry.
Oh, no, that's okay.
Yes, sir. Did you want me to use Don's?
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.